Wow, can't believe it. You guys are back again. I'm Matt Fouch. This is Fouch and Friends. Thank you so much for watching. Today we're talking with Dean Hopper of The Hoppers. Please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the content we release on this channel. Dean talks about what they've been doing during the stay-at-home orders. He also shares some plans and things that they have coming in the future. And he also shared a great story about his mother, Connie Hopper, in a moment on stage that was hilarious. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this interview with Dean Hopper. Hey, Dean, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing good, Matt. Thank you. It's a beautiful day.
Yes, man, we're having a lot of fun over the last 10 weeks, aren't we? I mean, this is just flying by, having a blast. How about you?
It is flying by. I will agree with that. The time moves so fast, but having a good time too. I mean, we've gotten out. We talked to Kim a few weeks ago, and we
Yeah.
built duck coops, duck condos, chicken coops. We just built a duck pond, a koi pond, just a couple of days ago, and we put all those colored lights and rocks around it because they're ducks, they're gotten really big, and so Cream and Puff and whatever their names are, I don't know, the kids, the ducks are getting big. So we've been doing a lot. Dad's been
Yeah.
cutting hay. He's put up about 400 or 500 bales of those big round bales of hay, and he's cutting this week now that the rain has stopped. And so we've been busy, keeping busy. Our little town is, it's small. Our little town is Madison. Of course, we live on the north side of Greensboro, but Madison's small. The high school band's a trio. So I'll give you an idea, how small.
It took me a second to register what you said, but when I got it, I was like, ah.
Yeah, that's an old one. I
Yeah,
heard my dad and the brothers talk about, years and years ago.
that's cool. Well, man, we've all had our own things that we've been working on or doing during this time, but have you enjoyed, I mean, have you had a chance just to kind of rest and recoup? The road can take so much from you with
Mm.
energy and mentally and all the things going on. And I know those that run the groups, they still are exhausting a lot of mental capacity with trying to figure all this stuff out. But have you been able to rest any and recoup and kind of recharge during this time?
Oh, definitely. I have rested quite well. Um, it's it's hard to explain. I think God had a plan for all of us. I think He really did. And me, for my side of that, is that I reconnected with all of my family, even though we travel together, and that's a different thing. When you jump on the
Yeah.
bus, you know how the routine goes. And I've traveled with my parents over 40 some years, but I think I have a new relationship with them. I know my parents better than I have, and we've just had a blast. I mean, we really have. And my wife and my kids, Lexi, I've talked about her a little bit. She had some anxiety. She's dealt with anxiety and oppression and stuff for several years, and it really was about to max out on her right in the middle of March, right after we got off the road, 2 days, and we had to get some special professional help. I'll put it that way, and they recommended some time, and so she did that. Went in, didn't want to do that, but she is a different person now. I'm telling you, she wakes up smiling, goes to bed smiling, and so God had us set aside for a reason, a special purpose, and I know that. I believe that with all my heart. And He's also helped. I think He's helping me um, rediscover the future
Wow.
and how we go from here as the Hoppers, as a
Yeah.
family. So it's God has all kinds of plans. If we just tune in and
That's
lock in
right.
with Him, And I know we worry about the financial stuff. We got to pay our bills. We got to do this. Um, God has been kind there. We had fortunate enough to set things aside along the way, and then we were able to jump in on that PPP that
Yeah.
so many have. But still, it has been a good time. Been a good time. And Mom's cooked some great meals. Kim has cooked some great meals. So we've enjoyed eating at home the most we have in I would say all of my life. People,
Right.
I was talking with, I don't mean to name drop, but we were putting together the memorial service for Phil Brower, our good friend, and talking with Dr. Jeremiah, who was doing the main speaking for that. And he asked me, he said, "How long has it been since you've been home 10 weeks straight?" I said, "It was before birth, you
Yeah.
know, way,
Right.
way back there." And so it's been nice. I never knew what it felt like to be at home,
Yeah.
sleep in my bed for that many nights in a row. So it's been really good.
Hey, you're actually getting to get the life out of like you said out of your bed because we half of the year or even less than half of the year do we are actually at home enjoying the comforts of our own home or driving our own personal cars, so
Yeah.
we're actually getting to use all those things that are at the house these days, which
Well,
is
let me
different
say,
for us.
we replace the mattresses on the bus more than we do the ones at home.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Now, we were talking before we started the interview, and you guys are getting a chance to even kind of get away from the farm and all of that. And you guys are at the beach, and you were talking about how pretty it is. I was wondering, do you have a view that you could share with us? Because I'm not for sure I've ever seen
Hang on.
that part of the beach where you guys are
Well,
at.
let me show you. Let me show you across the street here, the homes and the inlet and the intercoastal waterway. Let me get over here where I can. Let's see. Can you see that?
Yep. Wow.
Hang on, hang on. My phone is ringing, and I'm so sorry. And it's a scammer. It's a scammer.
Yeah. Those guys are going crazy now because it's
Yeah.
it's primary season and it's about to be election time. We're going to be getting all kind of calls.
Okay. Can you see? Can you
Yes,
see over
man,
there?
that's beautiful.
And
Yes,
that,
sir.
and a lot of these homes have boat slips. This one does not. Um, I don't know if you can see the bridge over. Can you see the bridge over there?
Just barely.
That comes onto the island. This is an island that has been developed by Odell Williamson. He bought the island from the state back in the 50s, and he started building um, like little beach homes.
Yeah.
And so he and his wife, Miss Virginia, she's 95 now.
Wow.
Odell has passed, but she's still alive, and she has downstairs. Okay, she has a chapel on the island, and she has an evangelist in here every Sunday morning, and they speak on the beach at 8:30 and sing. They usually have about 2,000 people that'll come and just gather,
Wow.
and then they go over to the chapel, cross the road to the chapel, and they'll do that again at 11 o'clock. And the regular churchgoers come in to the chapel at that time. And so, if you're down here, Matt, ever, and you want to minister at the chapel, you come in and you get a free week at her here at Ocean Isle.
Wow. That's
So,
great.
all right, now I'm going to show you. I don't know if you can see if I can angle this just right.
Yep.
Can you see the beach, the ocean out
Yep.
there?
There it is.
Yep. So I'm
You're right there.
about a block and a half off, and that's the public entrance there. And everybody rides golf carts here. Um, the kids, the kids love it. They're down there. We got some friends from Alabama that just drove in, and I'm not giving the address out. I don't want everybody showing up.
Are you having a barbecue tonight? You grilling out? We can all come
Hey,
over.
hey, right here. Can you see that brand new Weber
Yep.
grill right there? We're,
Hmm.
we're putting spicy wings, and Frank Mills is coming over. He's bringing another grill, and we're putting another grilled wing with chili sauce on it, and then he's bringing his flat plate grill underneath, and we're doing burgers and Hebrew dogs and onions and peppers, and it's going to be great.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. And that's good that you're getting, see, here's the thing. It's great that you're getting a chance to hopefully relax. And even though, like we were talking earlier, you're getting to recoup from some of the stuff of being on the road, but you still got the work to do. Those that run the groups still got all the work to do and all the different
Yeah.
things that you guys are involved in. So hopefully you're getting a chance to just, relax, chill out, regroup, and then hit it hard because you guys got a lot of stuff that you're planning and going on We've been talking about it. Share with the folks all the stuff that you guys are planning right now during this time.
Well, we've actually done some video that you'll see in some places of where we went into mom and dad's home, and they have a big bay window in the front, and that's the house that we built when I was about 6 or 7. They still live there.
Wow.
Um, and at 1 o'clock, 1:30, the sun is a perfect place in the sky where the light comes through that bay window, and you would think we had professional lighting company that comes in there, but it's so vivid and it's so natural. So we did a whole program in there for the Abraham Productions God See Media
The Hope
show.
Saints.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, and we did
Cool.
Everybody went to Nashville, but we did ours at home, and we took it into post. And Mike, my brother, he did all the post stuff on that remix, and we did like a little quartet. You guys sing around the two mics every now and then. So we had two mics up there, and you had a step out line or the presence. You just leaned into the mic and that kind of thing. So we had fun doing that. And then we've done a show for the Indian nations in Canada. We've been up there. It's north of Chicago. If you drive about 6 or 7 hours, but we fly up there. But it's an outreach for all the different tribes they call it the Indian nations, and there's several different tribes. And so the chiefs come together, and we were supposed to go in March up there for 2 days for their forum and couldn't go. So they asked us, would we do a specific program just for them? So we have built a program for them. We put in the dialogue, shared our testimonies, things that we've been doing while we're off here, and how we've been able to cope with this, because there's a lot of depression, a lot of people that are just down. There's addiction, and some of these people are in remote places, and so this is something that hopefully will encourage the Indian nations. And we work with Chief Royce. Not Royce, Goyce is his name. You probably know the guy. You probably met him. He comes to that
cool.
singing up there in the right there at Niagara Falls. So he's been there. Yep. And I'm sure you've met him through the years. But so we've done that. We've been working on a record. Mom's got a new song in the can that we started out with the piano track in Nashville. It came to our studio in North Carolina. Mike put drums on it. Then it came to Wilmington, North Carolina, to another studio, and Frank put bass on it. Then it came back to our home, went back to Nashville, and Sam Levine put penny whistle on it, and Dave Cleveland put guitar on it, and oh Lord, that lady that sings with the Gaithers, travels with the Gaithers all the time. Boy, she did some background vocals on there that just Angie Prim. Mm-hmm. So it's been everywhere, and it's just about done, but it sounds phenomenal. It's great. So we're working on a new recording as well. I personally have gone back in the vault and pulled out my first solo recording that I did 32 years ago, right before I got married, and it was on the big 2-inch. Sent it to Nashville, had the 2-inch baked. They put it in an oven and they bake it, and they download. You get one opportunity to download the material onto a hard drive. So I got all that. Mike went in and opened it up, and he found it. And there's a song that I did with Kenny Henson, the late Kenny Henson, called 2020 Vision. And we're in 2020. I thought, what better time to pull the song out? And Buddy Mullins wrote the song for me way back when. And so I'm redoing my vocal on there because I sound like a little kid. Okay. I'd only been singing about 3 years when I did this. And Larry Goss produced it. True story. Larry produced it. Got the best players in town, singers. Anyway, but I sound like a 12-year-old in there. Nothing against you 12-year-olds. Hey, you're great singers. But I didn't sound that great. So I'm redoing my vocal, and happy. My friend Reggie Smith with the vocal band is helping me, coaching me through that. And I think I'm going to redo all of it and re-release my solo CD. It's called Solo But Never Alone. I was 23, but I'd only been singing about 3 years. I played drums and played bass before that, you know. And so when my uncle retired, I was 19, and he retired into that year, and so I had to go to singing and playing bass, and so it took me. I'm telling you, that was the day I lived in infamy when I started singing. I've been a musician all my life, so
Well, man,
it,
I didn't even know you had recorded a solo CD, so that's awesome. I know folks are going to be looking forward to hearing that and the new stuff that the Hoppers are putting together. Will that all be on the Hoppers website where they can get that when it comes out?
yeah, I'm not sure where the solo CD will be. I'm going to try to put this song out there because you've heard Kenny Henson sing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he just absolutely killed it. We come in off the road. I drove to Nashville overnight. He had just come in off the road singing. He was tired. He came in there and he said, "Dan, I don't know what we're going to be able to do, but I'll give it my best." Well, he scalded it. I mean, absolutely
Wow.
scalded the song. He said, "I hope that will work." I went, "Yeah, that'll work." And so, anyway, it was an honor to do that for him or with him. And so I'm going to put that out first. I'll try to have the whole CD ready by the fall.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was talking with someone recently, and they were just telling me a really funny story about something that had happened through to a couple people in gospel music.
Okay.
We all have funny stories or moments or things like that that have happened over the years. And so
Yeah.
I just was thinking while we've been talking, uh, would you be willing to share one of those funny stories that comes to your mind right now that has happened to you guys in your 50 plus years of singing gospel music as the Hoppers?
Well, there's a lot of funny stories I can tell, and there's a lot that I can't tell. Um,
Yeah.
you know, you get the predicaments. There was a friend of ours that if we ever had a bus problem within 5, 6 hours, he would come. All you had to do is call. So one night we're in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, at the Lighthouse Restaurant. All right, we're in our, I want to say we had an '82 Eagle, I think at that time, and this was probably late '80s, early '90s, and our the clutch had gone out or something like that, and it was about 18 degrees, and so he came over and he was under the bus, and I thought he was finished. I thought he had finished. So I go in and fire the bus up, and he's still under the bus. And he said, "Dean, I completely glued myself to the ground, even though I was stuck because of the freeze or the ice or whatever." And fortunately, I didn't move the bus. But that was a tricky story. There's a lot of little bus stories we could talk about.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
and again, those are precious. It's precious times, funny stories. I'm trying to think of you a good, maybe a good dad story. You know what? I got one. I got
Okay.
one. So we're on stage. We're on a Sunday morning. We're in a church. We got down to the serious part. We're getting ready to into the prayer or the altar service. We were doing the song "That's Him." I don't know if you remember that song well. Mom gets to
Great
her
song.
part and she's going to do the shh. That's him. Okay. Well, we've been blessed. She's crying. Kim is shedding tears. Um, so she has a Kleenex and she is wiping her eyes, and the Kleenex is now wet. And so she's wiping around her face, and a piece of the Kleenex gets hung right here, right there into the nose area. So we're singing, and Kim turns over to and goes like that, and Mom keeps going, and then she tries to do this, and Kim says, and there was still singing, okay. So finally, Mom just exhales really big through her nose, and it blew the Kleenex out like this, and there's a ceiling fan above us, a ceiling fan. Well, the Kleenex starts floating like the little feather in Forrest Gump, where the
Yeah.
feather floats away like this. Well, the
Yeah.
Kleenex is doing this number under that fan, and all of a sudden, Mom goes, she's trying to get the Kleenex down. Well, So the serious part of the service turned into the humorous part of the service because we just had to stop and laugh. Just
Hmm.
had to stop and laugh right there, and it was okay. We've never been back to that church, but it was okay.
But those are, like you said, those are some of the great memories
Oh
of being on
man.
the road. Obviously, you have great, spiritual memories of people getting saved, or great spiritual highlights from moments at concerts and things like that. But you also have the fun family memories,
Mhm.
the joking memories, the humor memories. And I always like to hear some of those stories. And I know a lot of those things happen at, well, they all happen at all these concerts around the country, and so many folks are asking right now, hey, when are we going to see you guys again? What does your schedule look like? Are you going to get back on the road, et cetera, et cetera? Why
Right.
don't you share just real briefly about what your guys' upcoming, let's just say the future looks like for
Mhm.
your traveling, your concerts and
Right.
events that you guys are part of, and where they can go to get the latest information on all of that.
Well, we're going to post that obviously through our Facebook and our website, but the dates that are on hold that are in place right now is July 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We'll be in Martinsburg, West Virginia, on two dates, the 3rd and 4th. The 4th, it will be God in the Park program that this pastor puts on, and there could be 8 or 10,000 people there. And his whole goal is to minister the gospel. He raises the
Wow.
funds through sponsors, and so we're part of that. And then Sandy Pines, you've been to Sandy Pines, Michigan. I'm
Yeah.
waiting to hear now if that's going to hold or not. So we'll do that. We'll come home a week. Then the next week we're back out to Arkansas, Terrell, Texas, there at the
Performing arts.
Performing Arts Center there.
Yeah.
On the Friday and Saturday, we're in Jasper, Texas, and then into Louisiana for that Sunday, if all of that maintains. And then off a couple more weeks, and then the 1st of August, it kicks up. It started out at Shipshawana at the
Oh yeah.
Blue Gate Dinner Theater, and some
Yeah.
great peanut butter and bread.
That's right.
And right
That's
now,
right.
most of August and September are all holding pretty well.
Yeah.
But all of that is at thehoppers.com. We're
Cool.
on the bands in town, and so you can click on that and find out exactly where we're going to be. And if you have questions, please call our office. We'll try to update everything as quickly as we can.
Yeah. Is there any last words or anything you want to share with the folks before we say goodbye to them?
Oh man, I just say people have been encouraging. They have
Yeah.
sent little notes. They've sent people that have my number. They send texts or um, they send letters or emails to the office. They've been so encouraging to our family during this time, and I'm sure as they have been to all the artists, trying to keep them encouraged,
Mhm.
and in turn, we're trying to encourage those that are struggling during the time, either through a financial thing or they feel like they've been isolated at home and they're out of touch with family. There's a lot of hurting folks, and so I want to say thanks to them. At the same time, please be encouraged. This too will pass. God has a plan for everything, and don't be discouraged.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, y'all, thank you for joining us. Dean, thank you for your time. You
Absolutely.
guys can go to the Hoppers website, their Facebook page, all their socials. Just
Mhm.
go to whatever platform you like to be on and type in the Hoppers. You'll likely find a page where you can follow them.
Yeah.
Be looking forward to the music coming, the events that they have going on, all that fun stuff. Dean, appreciate you, man, and we look
Thank
forward to
you.
seeing the Hoppers back out on the road again soon.
Thank you, Matt. Enjoy to be with you, brother.
Thank you.